People immigrated to the USA because of poverty, religious problems, and war, as well as to get a better life. They had to take the boat and go through Ellis Island.
After that, when they reached Ellis Island, they were examined by doctors and they had to answer a questionnaire in 2 minutes. Almost everyone didn't know how to speak English, so they couldn't answer.
Today, to remember all these people, there is a wall at Ellis Island named the Wall of Honor with their names. Some of the immigrants could pass the questionnaire and the examination, but some had to go back to their countries.
Hello everybody, we are on CBS and today we speak about Ellis Island and the immigrants. Now, 3 children of immigrants are here to speak about the hiring at Ellis Island. So, hello Alexandre, Jessica and Anna. Can you speak about you please?
Hey, I'm Jessica Nonnet and my family comes from Italy in the region of Lazio. My parents arrived at Ellis Island in 1819 and now I'm 40 years old.
My name is Alexandre and I'm 50 years old. My parents come from Spain in the region of Catalogne and they arrived at Ellis Island in 1890.
Hello, my name is Anna. My family comes from France in the region of Lyonnais and my parents arrived at Ellis Island in 19,000. I'm 38 years old.
So, Anna, can you explain what was Ellis Island please?
In the 20th century, Ellis Island was a building in New York Harbor, and it was a passage to went to the USA. When they arrived, they went into the Great Hall, then went a mother had children who were more than 2 years old. They were walked without his mother.
Thank you, Jessica. Can you continue please?
Yes, no problem. After, they were examined by doctors upstairs. The doctor identified trachoma or some disease and observed the skin condition. The diseases were on hands, measles, nails, skin, temperature, vision and voice.
You know a lot of things. It's very interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Me, I know after that the immigrants had to answer 29 questions in 2 minutes. It was very difficult because they didn't speak English and they were afraid and tired because the ship was so scared. The questions were about American culture, identity, past experience, future life, and physical appearance.
Yes, and also now 2% of immigrants must return to their country of origin, and approximately 9 immigrants out of 10 could arrive in the USA.
Sorry, it's very interesting, but it's the end of the TV show. Thank you very much for your participation. Have a nice day.
Thank you too. Goodbye, everybody.
The American dream in the past was different from now because immigrants are more demanding about what they want today, but before they just wanted a new life.
During the 19th and early 20th centuries, 30 million immigrants came from Europe to America because of 4 main reasons, like famine, natural disaster, economic depression, and religious persecution. They wanted to earn money with a real job, or some wanted success, but they also wanted a new life, a new house, where everything was possible. For that, they had to be very motivated and hardworking, but it was so difficult and they were afraid of this new place. They were tired because the trip by boat was so long and they didn't speak English.
Finally, the majority of immigrants made success, and we have examples like Andrew Carnegie. He came to the USA from Scotland with his family when he was 13 years old. He worked in an industry, but he didn't like it, so he read all the day at the library. And after that, he started up his firm. He developed it a lot, so he became the richest man in the world. He is a very good example of the American dream, but not everybody has the chance to realize their dream, like homeless people.
In conclusion, the USA in the past represented a new world. It was a country where everything was possible, a country where you could do what you wanted to do, be who you wanted to be, whatever your religion or origin. The American dream was possible for everyone.
Hello, we are the descendants of John Doyle, a man who emigrated to the USA, and today we are going to tell you about his life.
In 1798, John Doyle's father left Ireland to go to the USA because of the revolution.
John joined his father in Philadelphia on the 7th October of 1818.
John worked in printing.
He was really confused about the money because in Ireland it was not dollars but it was shillings.
He arrived in a free country and the land of liberty.
He was Christian. He really believed in God. When he immigrated, his wife Fanny and his son Ned stayed in Ireland.
He was very happy about his new life, even he left his family in Ireland.
He often wrote letters to his family.
Ned and Fanny later joined him in America, and that's why we are here today.
Her name is Sadhana. She is an immigrant.
Sadhana moved to Queens, New York City from Chennai, India. She speaks Tamil and she doesn't speak English. Her brother doesn't like school.
Her house is more little because in India she had 3 bedrooms and in the USA she has 1 bedroom.
Her favorite Indian food is noodles and her favorite American food is ice cream.
She has a bindi, it signifies good fortune. In her new house, she drew a column, it is a prayer for success and happiness.
For the moment, her integration is difficult, but we wish her good luck.
Her name is Sadhana. She is from Chennai in India. She is 11 years old. She moved to Queens in New York City with her mother, father and brother. Her brother Guru is 9 years old. When they arrived at JFK Airport in New York, Sadhana said everything was so big and it was so cold, contrary to India. Sadhana and her brother study in a public school. She likes math, whereas she doesn't like school because she don't speak English very well, because she has studied English for a short time. That's why she doesn't have any friends. India is so different from the USA. There are different houses and roads. She wears a bindi on her forehead, signs she's Hindu. It's a sign of good fortune. She loves the temple where her father works in New York. Favorite Indian food is noodles and her favorite American food is ice cream. She misses life in India and also her family and friends. Adaptation is difficult. Hello, this is Gabriela. She is 12 years old. She moved from Mexico, Coahuila to Austin in Texas to learn English. Gabriela, did you speak English before you came in America? No, I didn't speak English before, but I learned in America.
Were you nervous before you came?
Yes, I was worried but really excited to move. I didn't know people here. I was nervous to meet new people and new teachers.
And what was the hardest part of your moving?
My hardest moment was when I started school. My first homework was really hard because everything was in English.
And what do you miss from Mexico? Your house, your pets, or your friends?
Well, it was really hard to leave my ranch. I miss my 2 hours and my dog. I miss my friends, but I can communicate with them on my phone.
No, I know you live in an apartment, so you can't have pets. Is it difficult?
I think my new house is too small, so I didn't have pets, but I miss them.
You are in 7th grade at East Austin College Preparatory. What do you think of your new teachers?
I like my teachers. I think they are really nice and very helpful.
What do you want to do when you get older?
I want to work in my family business.
You like America. What do you especially like in America?
My favorite music are hip-hop and rock, and my favorite American food is macaroni and burgers. I like the stores and the malls.
No, you live in America, but you still see your friends, your family and your animals in Mexico at every school break.
Yes, I really like it here, and my family likes it True, but I miss Mexico.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Hello, everybody. Today we meet a young Liberian immigrant. Hello, Wendy. Can you explain why you ever went to the USA?
In the USA, immigrants come from all over the world and bring their culture that forms the American salad bowl. The American society is a multicultural mosaic because it's an addition of many cultures with their characteristics which influence the American culture.
In 1848, Mexico lost the war against the USA and sold a part of their territories.
The mix of American and Latino culture in the western part of the USA created a new language, Spanglish. Spanglish is a mix of Spanish and English words. It's used by the immigrants who don't speak English very well or by people who want to keep their conversation secret. Latin American kids speak English at school and Spanish at home. For some people, it's a pollution of both languages. For others, it's an evolution.
Americans come from all over the world, so their characteristics are individual. It's opposite to the metaphor of the melting pot, which was an assimilation.
The immigrants are of different origins. There are 47 categories of cultures, so the Americans are compared to a mosaic and a salad bowl. They are a metaphor of multiculturalism.
Because of multiculturalism, Latinos living in Colorado, California, Texas have created Spanglish. At school, children speak English, but at home, people speak Spanish. So they have created Spanglish. It's a mix of the two languages.
It's a new language, but we don't know if it's a pollution or an evolution for the country.
People have a split opinion.
The Americans have influenced the American culture.
Hola, my name is Gabriel, tengo 15 years old, y soy from Brazil.
Hola, my name is Teofilo, tengo 16 years old, y soy from Colombia.
Hola, good morning, ¿cómo estás?
Well, ¿y tú?
Bueno, in fact, no me va muy bien. Tuve problem paquendo mi carro this morning, y además I have a big mancha in my new camiseta.
Oh really? I know it siempre hay problemas parqueando los carros at this time. Y no te preocupes, with la mancha you look perfect.
Do you want to tomar un lunch with me?
Of course, but primero tengo que ir a la marqueta, a chopar groserías y then voy a la guachatería a lavar la ropa.
Vale, so call me do space, bye.
Hola, my name is Najir, tengo 15 years old. I vivo en San Diego. My nacionalidad es Ecuador.
Hello, mi apellido es Fabián. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Los Angeles. My nacionalidad es Chile y practico basketball. I live in Manchester.
Hola, good morning, ¿cómo estás?
Well, ¿y tú?
Bueno, in fact, no me va muy bien. Tuve problemas parqueando mi carro this morning y además I have big mancha en mi new camiseta.
Oh really, I know it. Siempre hay problemas parqueando los carros at this time. Y no te preocupes, with la mancha you look perfect.
Do you want to tomar un lunch with me?
Of course, but primero tengo que ir a la marqueta, a chopar groserías y then voy a la guachatería a lavar la ropa.
Vale. So call me después. Bye.
Adiós.
Donald Trump has been the president of the USA since January the 20th, 2017. He is against immigration in the USA. He wants to build a wall between Mexico and the USA to prevent Mexicans from coming into the USA. Trump hates immigrants, especially Muslims and Mexicans, but all Americans are descendants of immigrants or immigrants because they came from other countries except for the Indians who have been in the America since the beginning. So Trump is an immigrant too. Trump's position is in complete contradiction with the history of America.
Today we are going to talk about Trump's position about immigration. Since the 8th of November 2016, Trump has been the new president of the USA. Indeed, he beat Hillary Clinton at the presidential election. The inauguration day was on January 20th, 2017. We have two guests with us today, Clara and Hannah. Clara, what do you think about President Trump?
I think Trump isn't a real American like everybody in this country, because the real Americans are the descendants of the Indians. So Trump can't judge the immigrants because he is inevitably an immigrant.
And you, Hannah?
I think now America is a salad bowl and it's not a good thing. We are real Americans, we built the United States of America, so the immigrants have nothing to do here.
What do you think about Trump's positions about immigration?
I think his idea about the frontier of Mexico is a very good thing. They are criminals, they bring drug and criminality in our country.
Are you stupid? They are poor, they have nothing left, and we are their only opportunity. We can give them hope and liberty.
And about the Muslim ban?
I think it is ridiculous because everybody isn't a terrorist. Trump let them die in their country.
And you, Hannah?
No, I think it's a good idea because a lot of them are dangerous.
Girls, a final word maybe?
Yes, I think the election of Trump is terrible because now we are close to the world.
Congratulations to Trump because he is going to make America great again.
Okay, thank you girls for your participation.